point where trying to gain more clarity stops being helpful. At the beginning, it makes sense. You're exploring ideas, thinking things through, and trying to understand your options. But if you stay there too long, that process starts to work against you. Not because clarity is bad, because it can't quite turn into a form of delay. You tell yourself you're being thoughtful, that you're making sure you choose the right path. And in some cases, that's true. But there's a momentum where that thing stops leading to a decision and starts replacing them. You revisit some ideas, reconsider the same options, look for a feeling of certainty that never fully arrives. And because it never arrives, you don't move. At the surface level, it looks like confusion. But underneath that, it usually means something else. Making a decision means committing. And committing means accepting that you might be wrong. You might have to adjust. You might close off other possibilities or opportunities. And that's uncomfortable. So instead of choosing, you stay in the process of figuring things out. It feels productive, but it keeps everything in place. This doesn't feel like a problem first. It just feels like you're taking your time, but something starts to build. You get frustrated, second-guessing yourself, a sense that you should be further along. Not because you haven't thought about it enough, but because you haven't moved. And without movement, there's no new information, no feedback, no adjustment. Everything stays theoretical. Clarity is often misunderstood. It's treated as something you need before you act. But in reality, it tends to come after. You make a decision based on what you know, take a step, and see what happens. And that experience gives you something thinking alone never can. Direction. Not perfect direction, but enough to move you forward again. A simpler way to approach it. Instead of trying to eliminate uncertainty you work with, you accept that the first step won't be perfect. You might need to adjust. You focus on choosing something you're willing to commit to, but for now. Not forever, just long enough to create momentum. That shift alone changes how you approach decisions. If you've been waiting to feel completely clear before moving on, it might be worth questioning what you're actually waiting for. Because at a certain point, clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing something with what you already have. And once you start, things tend to become clearer much faster than you expect. Comment below, what decision have you been delaying, even though you already know it's time to move it on? Don't forget to hit the like button, the bell notification, and subscribe to TIDAL Coach so you can join the community that's redefining what modern leadership looks like. If you haven't